Alright, hey guys, welcome back. This is Tim, and we're going to do a video that was suggested by Zbrix. Well, he didn't suggest this particular specific video, but I sort of gave him some options, and I guess everyone wanted the rock, paper, scissors cellular automata from online. It's not my code. Apparently Joseph Petiti. But basically what he does is he assigns little colors to every pixel and then like a power for how much ability it has to consume the white pixels. But the power goes up the more it consumes different color pixels. So red eats, I think red eats green, or green eats red, and it works like a triangle. So you got your rock, paper, scissors. So if I go ahead and click start here, oh, green eats red, red eats blue, blue eats green. And you can see that as soon as it crosses over and starts generating, it gets chaotic. So we're going to go ahead and restart that. And I'll just show you, like, if I just put some red here, and then I think touch it with some green, and then touch that with some blue. The one color in the middle will basically eventually eat everything. Unless you can get some more chaos to happen. Oh, there we go. Now it's getting more mixed up, if you will. So we're going to go ahead and try to replicate something that works kind of like this, but on the calculator. See you guys in a minute. And it's about time I made another calculator programming video. So let's call it RPS for rock, paper, scissors. Okay, I've never programmed this before. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear out the entire screen and an array, a matrix. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and good. It's the last program. Oh my goodness. How do we do the matrices again? I forgot how. Oh, right. I'm trying to store dimensions as the matrix itself, but it's the dimensions of it. That should work. There we go. So I think the other one that I have to remember how to do, it's been a while, is fill it with zeros. Yep. So I think you put the matrix name first and then you put 0, if I'm correct. Oops. Okay, and I'm not correct. So I'm starting to get a little. I'm starting to have to get warmed up again. It's been a while since I've done some calculator programming. So all my subscribers are growing up and moving on in the world, and I'm sitting here not even making calculator programming videos for them. So basically we can start with numbers. So I can make a loop that goes, well, let's just do this. Okay. output matrix A, Y, X. Oops. Dude. What am I doing? There we go. There we go. Okay. So, we're printing out the matrix to the screen, but the matrix is supposed to have a couple of ones and zeros in it. So, basically, let's leave that how it is, but let's add another set of loops here. I should make, oh, I guess I can't easily do that, but I was going to say I should make a subroutine, but really it should be a lambda function. You know how, like, we could make a subroutine that basically, if we have to go through all the elements of the matrix, we could put that as a separate subroutine. That's the traditional way to do things. Or if there's something that you want to do that you have to call from multiple places in the program. Lambda functions are kind of the reverse. It's passing a function instead of a value. So if you want to iterate through the whole matrix, it's kind of like you could almost call it a map. But for this style of programming, I guess it's very procedural. We'll just write this twice. But usually I like the idea of don't repeat yourself for code. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say if we have a number from 1 to, let's say 20, there's a chance from 1 to 20 we're going to have a then, an else. No, let's just do an end. Yeah. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this inside of a loop. Yeah, so this is what we're going to do. So we're going to loop through the 3 different colors. So I'm going to say C is 1 to 3. And for each of the 3 colors, I'm going to check to see if there's like a 1 in 20 chance. I'm going to delete this then because, oh, I lied. No. Yeah. I'm going to delete the then because we don't need it because it's just going to be a 1 line. Then I'm going to store C as the new value for that spot. Now that's going to take a second because it's going through each of the spots on the screen. And remember, we're not running a graphics card here. We're running a little calculator CPU. So the chances of this happening was essentially impossible. Or our code has a bug, which I'm pretty sure our code has a bug. If random int of 1 to 20. That's always true. Random int of always 20 always evaluates to a number which is greater than 0. But if it equals 1, that's going to be a 1 in 20 chance. So let's try that instead. Sorry, guys. Oh, man. But see, I'm addicted to coffee and I usually drink coffee. And this morning I woke up and I said, well, I'm not going to drink coffee yet. I'm going to make this video first before I drink any coffee. So I might be a little slow. I think this is too dense. So what I want to do, because I think it's fun to see it start from nothing. So I'm gonna decrease it by a factor of 10, like the chance of us getting a color, because there's 3, chances of 3 colors basically appearing in a spot, and it kind of gets overridden. Which, yeah, there's going to be more 3s unless I jump out of the loop or whatever. Sure, you know, there's going to be more of them or whatever, and I could add 1 to the, you know, to make it fair or equal chance, you know, probability of every color. I would have to, you know, once I assign the color, I'd have to then jump like a, you know, increment X or something. But I'm not worried about that because this is totally, the way this is going to work is so random anyway. Hold on, for some reason, it's giving me such a high. It's giving me so many numbers. Okay, I'll just say if it equals 2 because it's like, what is going on? Not that 2 has a higher chance of occurring than 1, but maybe that was evaluating something. Is evaluating wrong? Huh, maybe it evaluated the 500 equals 2 first. And then, like, no, because there were some zeros. Yeah, I'm not sure why that happened. That was weird. Or was it just less sparse this time because I made the chance lower. Oh. Sorry guys, since I've made these videos for like 7 years, if random int of 1 to 300 equals 2. That, I don't know, maybe it was. Maybe it was just evaluating it wrong or something. It's like, just a minute ago it was filling the whole screen, wasn't it? My goodness, I'm sorry. I don't know why it was doing that. I don't know. I'll have to, let's just test that really quick, because I'm just confused. So random int of 1 to, let's say 5, and then I'm going to put equals 1. What? That's a lot more zeros. What? Why? Why is it half? What? Hold on. I'm just gonna see if that works. What? Hold on. 5 equals 1 should return 1, right? Every time. Or 0, sorry. Oh! So it's doing random int, so I'm doing random int from 1 to 0. I thought I was doing random int from 1 to 1. What? But that doesn't make... What? How does that work? Apparently I don't know what random int does anymore, guys. 5 to 0. Let's see if that works. I thought the second was a higher bound. Maybe it's not. Maybe it is, but then when you put something that's lower, maybe it just switches them back. Maybe it doesn't matter what order you give it. It just takes the lowest one and then it takes the highest one. That's probably how it works. Anyway, sorry guys. I am being ridiculous right now. Okay, so let's try this one more time. What I'm going for is I'm just trying to fill the screen with a couple, you know, 2 or 3. That's it. That's the only thing I'm trying to do. No. Let's go with that. So, while 1, because I'm going to infinite loop, I'm going to output it, but then actually, I'm not even going to output it. Yeah, I should. That way we see the first iteration. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and I'm just going to randomly pick. Okay. So we're working with random again. So random int, and now we're going to pick one of 8 different directions. So that's going to be D. Okay. So if D equals 1, so this is just going to be a lot of code. If D equals 0, no, if D equals, sorry, we're doing base 1. Okay, actually, first of all, let's store X and Y into S and T. Okay, so if D equals 1, we'll say that that's going to the right. So S plus 1 stores S. If D equals 2, S plus 1. I almost feel like this is the slow. I could do it something faster, but it's kind of a hack. So instead of checking all 8 directions, I can sort of check all 9, which includes yourself. And that will be faster to write. So basically, random integer of 1 to 3 minus 2 stores S. Nope. Minus 2 plus X stores S. You'll see what I'm doing if you can pay attention and think hard enough. You should be able to understand what I'm doing. Okay. So see this? So it picks a random integer from 1 to 3, subtracts 2, so you get a random integer from -1 to 1, and then we add that to X to get our new X, and to Y to get our new Y. Although it's not exactly our new Y because we have to account for this. So if X is greater than 16, then we have to say 1 stores S. If T is greater than 8, 1 stores T. If S is less than 1, 16 stores S. If T is less than 1, 1 stores T. Okay. Now we're not going to run it yet because we won't see anything, but that should get us our new value that we're looking at. So if we're gonna let's do this. Okay, we're gonna make this faster by making only one call. So matrix A of yx, we're going to store that into z, right? And then for here, we're just going to put z. But now we have z saved, so we don't have to, because it costs time. I know on the calculator it costs time basically just to look at the matrix. And then, of course, we want to store our new value into u, because on the calculator, x, you got s above it, y, you got t above it, and then z, you got u above it. So that's why I'm using u for the t comma s, because remember we put the y first. I'm going to store that into u, and now we just compare z and u. So if z we're going to say if u is greater than z, so basically 2 beats 1, 3 beats 2, 1, 2, and 3 beat 0, but we need to say that 1 beats 3, if that makes any sense. So if u is greater than z, or if u is 0, and hold on a second. If u is 0 and z, I lied. If u is 1 and z is 3. You get what I'm saying? So if u is greater than z, then we'll do it. We'll consume. Or if u is 1 and z is 3, then we'll consume. Then what we'll do is we'll say matrix A of yx, which is our old matrix. No, we're going to replace it with the new one, ts. You get what I'm doing here? So if the old one is basically a rock, paper, scissors that's stronger than whatever our current one is, we're going to replace it. Now let's see if this works. Oh no. What is it this time? Oh, here's my bad. Okay, so matrix A yz or yx stores to z is something that's supposed to happen inside the for loops. I don't know why I wrote it on outside the for loops, but I did. Oh, here we go. So it's processing, that's why it's going a little slower. It's actually processing. So we have 2s and 3s. So now you can see the 2s are growing. The 2s are growing. And the 3s are growing. And now the 3s should eat the 2s. So eventually the entire screen should become these 3s, I guess. And it's really slow, I'm sorry. It is slow. And there are zeros, which are uglier than spaces, I guess, but I guess it's fine. So we shouldn't see the 2s eating the 3s at all. We should see the 3s eating the 2s, just because it's bigger. So the only exception is 1 would eat 3, which we don't have any 1s. Come on, 3s. Consume, consume, consume. So I'm going to let you guys know on a secret, since people are watching my videos, and I'm assuming that they're like so this is taking a while. So let's go ahead and increase the chance of something happening. So instead of 50, let's go with 40. Start over. So I wanted to let you guys know I haven't really stopped studying computer science for many years. I'm still studying things, and some of them specifically are pure type systems. And I'm about to create I sort of made an editing tool. I was going to make a three-dimensional kind of game where you has portals and you can fly around and build things, kind of like with these interesting objects and things like that. But I'm hoping that the creator of Minecraft will create another game instead, because I liked stuff he was working on, and I feel like he needs to, do something. But I have a tool that I've been wanting to make, and sadly, things didn't work out at that one company I worked at. But hopefully someday maybe they'll see, they'll appreciate what I was wanting to do with parse tree editing. Some people say there's tools with no code or things like that, and I don't know if no code is a good description of what I'm talking about. I think it's more of the no text, but the code is still there. In fact, there's even more code, if you will, with what I'm thinking about. It's just the way the code is represented in the computer just makes more sense, or is meant to be represented in a way ideally that makes more sense. So that is a project, or maybe I should say a set of projects that I've been hoping to work on. So I noticed that the 2's disappeared. So what's going on? Are the 1's eating all the 3's, or are the 3's eating the 1's? Oh! I lied! I did it wrong. I did it wrong. Guys, I screwed up. Okay, so this is a logic fail. This is why you have to drink your coffee in the morning if you're addicted to coffee. Okay. Okay. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. So I was assuming that... Oh man, this is bad. I was assuming... Okay, I'll just say... Okay, so basically 3 was eating 1 and 1 was eating 3. Okay? So I'm going to change this. I think my video only has a couple minutes left. So I'm going to try to record this. So if u equals 1, but I'm going to say or, I'm going to change this. So or u equals 2, and z equals 1. And I'm going to say or, oops, u equals 3, and z equals 2. Okay, and this less than or greater than or whatever, I'm not even going to use that. I'm going to say if z equals 0. Okay? So if u is 1, then z is 3. If u is 2, z is 1. If u is 3, z is 2. Now it will be a true, the two colors can't eat each other or whatever. Okay, guys, I only have like 2 minutes left. But I think I made it to where it works, and I'm kind of glad that I timed it because I don't want this video to go super long anyway. So, yep. There we go. And then maybe I should do like a time lapse or something. I could do a time lapse. Should I do a time lapse? Yeah. Alright, let's stop this here. I think I'm gonna add a time lapse to the end. And then watch that with you guys. Alright, see you. So I went ahead and made a time lapse of 60 times the speed, and then I changed the 1s to periods, the 2s to stars, and the 3s to spaces. And as you can see, eventually the 2s took over just by chance. So 2 wins.